Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video for my 3-week update, and Monday is actually my 3-week, I guess, anniversary or whatever since I've been out of surgery. Um, but I just wanted to make something right now instead of like planned, and I'm sorry my room's a mess, but basically this is how it always looks. But because I just wanted to talk while it was fresh on my mind, and before I forget and run out of time, my numbers this week, I weighed myself this morning and it was 224, which if I do my math right, that's only a loss of 3.5 pounds. And I mean, I don't want to say I was like disappointed because it's still a loss, but I don't know, I guess I would have thought that at week 3, it still would have been closer to like the 5 pounds or something else. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm now starting to eat solid foods and I'm able to like get more protein in so that like my body's not losing that weight. So I'm not really too sure of all what that is. But I mean, I was a little upset when I saw that number because last week it was 227.5, I believe. So I don't know. I guess I was just expecting more than a 3.5 pound loss. So I don't know. Do you guys think that's normal at all? Do you think like it's still a loss? But I mean, I wasn't expecting to lose 10 pounds every single week because 10 pounds was the first week. Like 4.5 or 5 was week 2. So I don't know. I guess I just sort of expected something big, or I guess bigger than 3.5 pounds. But beyond that, like, since I've been trying some solid food, I've done tuna fish, and that's worked wonderfully for me. Um, and what else have I tried? I've done other sorts of seafood when I've gone out with my family. I went out for the first time, I think it was on Friday, and it was to celebrate, like, sort of like a late, birthday for my grandma. And they got this sort of like lobster ravioli dish, but there was like lots of other, seafood on the side of it, like scallops and shrimp and just regular lobster in general. So having just the regular seafood, I took my time with it. I had my own little plate, like I just told the waitress, oh, I'm sharing with so and so, but I took like the little bread plate and I just ate off of that. And everything was fine with that. I didn't have any sort of like sickening feelings at all, except a little probably later in the day. It's sort of repeated on me, but I don't really know if that's considered dumping syndrome at all. I mean, it just was sort of like that, that roll in your stomach where you're like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom now. So I'm not really sure if that's considered dumping syndrome because it didn't feel like uncomfortable in my stomach because the way everyone else has always described it has been sort of a, like a sick nausea feeling in their stomach. But besides that, like the little bit that happened later in the day or the next morning, I was fine with. Then I had some seafood over at a friend's house because her parents always cook food, and they were like trying to offer me steak, and I was like, no, no, seriously, it's all right. But they're awesome because I mean they were asking me tons of questions like, how am I feeling? What was it like at the first week after? Like, are you still on liquids and stuff? Because they know that I have had the surgery. So they're almost kind of like my second family since I spend so much time at her house. But, so yeah, I had, once again, shrimp and scallops the next day with them. And same thing, no problem. Everything went down fine. I don't think I've been getting stuck on anything as far as I can tell. Because I've definitely been, even if it's shrimp, I mean, they were really large shrimp actually. But I still used fork and knife, cut them up, and just took one small bite at a time. Made sure I chewed plenty of it, then just sort of put my fork and knife down, had conversation. So I don't think I was eating fast at all. But yeah, nothing too special with that. I mean, seafood has been going great for me. I haven't tried any like salmon yet, and I haven't tried like cooking my own stuff at home. But tuna and shrimp and scallops have been great so far for me because they're all pretty soft for the most part. The one thing that was concerning me this past week, since I have been starting solid foods and stuff, was that I'm really not feeling full at all. And I'm not sure if it's like, after gastric bypass, if it's like a different kind of full feeling. Because I know before surgery, pre op, whenever I would gorge myself on something or just, like, eat so much food, and, like, my whole plate was filled with, like, chicken and rice, and then I definitely, after that, I would have the feeling like, oh no, if I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna burst. Like, if I eat any more, I'm gonna get sick. I haven't really been feeling that, and I mean, I did feel that kind of a little bit when I had some tuna the other day. I actually put it in, like, this little, like, disposable sample cup that kind of looks like a little shot glass. And that weighs to 2.5 ounces. So I ate right out of that. So it feels like I'm eating, like when I look at it like in a little bowl, it looks like I'm eating a lot. But then when I put in that little shot glass, like I stuff all the tuna fish in there, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow, I'm really not, like, that's a tiny little amount that fits in my pouch. So I worked on that for over a half hour. And then I could sort of feel alright, I'm done with this. But recently, even today, like, I went out with my grandma. I had to drive her to her perm appointment, and she wanted to go out after that. So I got my sister a sandwich to bring home, but from that, it was a grilled chicken, ham, and Swiss sort of hot sandwich. So I just ate the chicken and ham with the cheese on top of it, no bread or anything, and like, the sandwich was split in half, and I know I couldn't weigh it or anything to see how many ounces it was, but I just kept, like, taking small bites from it, and it was just like a small, like, chicken breast that was on that one piece with the ham and the cheese on top of it, and I wish I knew the ounces to it, because, like, after eating almost that whole thing, I just didn't feel full, and from what I've heard from everyone else, they sort of, like, get that full feeling when they reach that, that 2.5 ounces or the 2 ounces, 3 ounces, whatever their doctor has recommended to them. And I'm pretty sure it was more than that, but I just didn't get that, stuffed feeling. And I mean, I don't know, does everyone get that feeling, or do some people not have that feeling at all, where they're like, oh, I need to stop now, or else I'm gonna, throw this back up. Like, I didn't get any sort of thing like that. Like, if I ate a few pieces too close to one another, I could feel that sort of, like, I guess some people call it stuck. I mean, I didn't really feel extremely uncomfortable at all. Like, I just felt sort of like, oh, it's sort of backed up. But I don't really know how to describe it. It's not the same sort of full feeling that I'm used to, and I don't know where I should be stopping and when I shouldn't, because I know if I go out somewhere, I can't be eating in a restaurant. I can't ask them to, like, say, hey, oh, can I have, like, exactly 3 ounces of chicken and, like, this slice of cheese on top. Like, I feel awkward asking for stuff like that. But I don't know if it's too much, Has anyone else ever experienced that, where, they're eating, but they just didn't feel full? I mean, I didn't feel hungry, but that was my thing. It's like, I'm afraid that I'm not getting enough protein in, that, I'm afraid my hair is going to fall out and other things will start to pop up, but besides that, I don't know, it was sort of freaking me out, and I had that experience last night, too, that I just wanted something before bed, but I didn't want something too heavy, so I had a pickle spear, and it was Clausen, so it was, like, practically no calories. If any, the highest thing I had was sodium, which is not an issue for me, but, like, it wasn't, like, a matter of, it had fat grams or carbs in it or anything. It was just, like, a pickle spear, and I didn't get full after that, so I had a second one, and I still didn't feel full, and I had actually a whole pickle half after that, so it made, like, an entire pickle almost. But still, even after that, when I went to bed, I just didn't have that, like, full feeling like, oh, I'm satisfied, I don't need any more. So, I mean, I stopped myself, because I knew I shouldn't have any more, but I'm still sort of, I don't know, looking for that full feeling. I don't want that disgusting, gorged feeling, and I don't want to try to get there or anything, because I'm just, like, afraid I'm going to stretch my pouch out, but the same thing, I thought a part of the surgery was feeling really full right after, a few bites or anything, but even when I took Meridia, which was a pill to, like, suppress my appetite, I definitely felt that, oh, I'm full, I don't need any more. So, sorry I've been rambling, and I always say I'm just going to make a quick video, but it was something that was on my mind, and I just needed to, put it out there. So if you have any suggestions, I'd really appreciate it. But, hopefully maybe I'll make another video earlier or later, I guess, in the week. But, I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, bye. Take care.